Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth is Tim Anderson. Tim, how are you doing on this wonderful Thursday night?
I am doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. We are here at the Lanier National Speedway with the Half Decent Racing League Limited Late Model Division. This is the first race of their brand new season. 22 drivers are signed in for action, and Kyle Saha is at the top of the board at a 13:38, and Michael Dubrava at a 13:44. Stephen Farrell at 13:46. Checkered flag waving right now on our practice session. Qualifying is due up next. Want to welcome everybody in, all the drivers and race fans. First race, broadcasting the Half Decent Racing League. We want to welcome them aboard here tonight. All right, let's see who's going to set tonight's quick time as 5 minutes go on the clock. And let's see one of the first couple drivers that head out onto the raceway. Looks like that's going to be the 49 machine of maybe Sean or Scene Fry. If you're watching out there, let us know how to pronounce your first name. He's in the 49 car, rolling around 1 and 2. Just took the green flag. A host of other drivers on the racetrack right now. Kyle Saw, TJ Williams, Matthew Hobbs, David Bentley, Stephen Farrell, Zachary Steele, Jamie Howe, Cliff Adams, all out on the racetrack. Fry was able to run a 14:32 fourth quick on the board. Michael Dubrava just went to the top of the charts at a 13:93. He's in the 15 machine. Jesse Nord ran a 14:15, puts him 7th quick on the board. Cliff Adams just completed his first lap, went to a 13:90. He's in the 98 machine. Chris Farmer, a 14:27, went 10th quick on the board. Sean McLean, a 14:28. Justin Banas just took the green flag in the John Deere green machine there, Tim.
Oh man, you can never get enough of that John Deere green.
Absolutely. He crosses across the line to complete his first lap at a 14:19, puts him 11th quick on the board. Rounding out turn 4, a little bit loose there. Was he able to pick up? No, it was a little slower lap 2. He keeps the 14:19, 11th quick. As I believe all drivers have completed their 2 laps of qualifying. Brent Thompson is the only one that's still rolling, but he's already completed his 2 laps. His best was a 14:68, currently 19th quick on the board.
Are we good to go to the next session? Is everyone done?
Almost forgot to turn off in-race chat, Tim. That could have gotten ugly at some point during the night. Hopefully not for the driver's sake, but you don't want that coming through the broadcast.
Yeah, no.
Well, when you're somebody like me who broadcasts and races, in the sim, you have your, driver chat turned on and you turn it off for broadcast, and it's one small detail that you want to make sure is off when you're broadcasting, but you do want to hear race control during the race if need be.
Speaking of racing, how did your race go last night, bud?
Last night for me was all right. I ran the truck series in a league called V-Speed. We ran at CODA on the Grand Prix layout, not the layout they use this year in real life, which was the West layout. We ran at the Grand Prix layout, started I think 20th last night, and ended up working my way up to the 5th place position last night. So can't complain, had a good solid run.
There you go.
I know you raced at Daytona last night. How'd that go?
Oh, yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
Okay, we won't talk about it. Enough said.
I finished 6th.
That's respectable.
Got in the the lead pack, and then there was Mayhem going into 3, and I could have blocked for 5th, but he got me at the line with a wrecked race car.
Oh boy. Well, that's Daytona for you folks. We're not at Daytona tonight. We're at Lanier. Also want to let everybody know, coming up after the limited late model show here on the dirt portion, or the dirt configuration of the Lanier Speedway, we're going to have asphalt super late models on the asphalt version of Lanier coming up right after the conclusion of our limited late model division tonight. Zero Alexandre says, in quote, "I don't want to talk about it. Says it all, really. Ha ha." Yep, it does say it all. As Brent Thompson is practically running his own practice session out on the racetrack right now, as he has been consistently running laps on the racetrack and the only driver doing so. So we're going to applaud him for filling in our time in between before we get our heat racing action kicked off. All right. Congratulations, Cliff Adams. Tonight's quick time with a lap of 13.90. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup for our first heat race of the night. Row number 1 is going to be Cliff Adams and Jesse Nord. Row 2 is going to be Kyle Saha and Zachary Steele. Row 3 is going to be Michael Naylor and Todd Rush. Row 4 is going to be Brent Thompson and Matthew Hobbs. All right, everybody. All right, Tim, I know you got those notes ready and handy. Are we going to have to worry about transfer positions in our first heat of the night?
No. It's going to take we're going to have everyone in the feature here. Actually, it's that we have 8 cars listed, but I'm assuming we're going to have everyone feature regardless.
All right.
Only heat with 8 people, and it's taking 7. So maybe just 1 elimination. I don't know.
So we potentially will have a B main tonight. We'll keep an eye on that as we roll forward. Pace truck begins to roll down the front straightaway.
No
Jesse.
B main. No B main. It's taken the top 7 from the first 3 heats, but there's 7 in heat 2 and there's 7 in heat 3. This is the only one with 8 drivers.
All right, just got the word. All drivers will be in our feature a little later on tonight.
Well, we got
Uh-oh.
kerfuffle.
We do have a little bit of an issue under the pacing. I'm not sure if maybe Kyle Saw had an issue and his car was stopped there on the front straightaway, unfortunately. There, and kind of caused a bit of a stack up before we took the green flag tonight. We'll see what happens. Saha and Steele in the pit lane. I'm assuming 1 for a little bit of repair and 2 to wait on the tow time. So maybe they'll get back out for the start of the heat, but it looks like the lights are out on the truck.
Yeah, something broke in that machine. He just came over. Radio, I heard him.
Race radio says it all. Pace truck's got to peel off. Cliff Adams in control. He waits. Green flag in the air. We are green at Lanier in heat 1. Adams out to the early advantage. Michael Naylor uses the bottom nicely to move into the second spot. Jesse Nord's running the outside. He got the 45 machine of Brent Thompson down low. He's battling side by side with Todd Rush in the 55. That's the side-by-side battle. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 28-45. The 55 might try to take advantage of it. Gonna try to keep the momentum up on the high side. The 28 and 45 more contact. That's Jesse Nord, Brent Thompson. And Todd Rush was the benefactor from that, Tim.
Yeah, you were talking about the momentum. The momentum loss is going to be the most important factor here tonight, as these aren't the super or the pro late models. These are the limited late models, so lots of less power, I guess. And you're gonna look to see these guys try and keep their car going straight, not trying to use that rear end too much or flick it out, and keep that momentum up.
Cliff Adams crosses the line, takes the checkered flag, wins heat 1. Michael Naylor will be second. Todd Rush into the third spot. Jesse Nord will be fourth. Fifth to Matthew Hobbs. Sixth to Brent Thompson. Seventh goes to Zachary Steele. And eighth, Kyle Saha gets credited with here to finish heat 1. Starting lineup for our second heat of the night. On the front row is going to be Michael Dubrava and Jamie Howell. Row 2 is going to be Sean Fry and Justin Bannis. Row 3 is going to be Dylan McLean and Brian Norris. Row 4 is going to have one driver, and that'll be David Bentley. As we have 6 lap heats, so a little shorter than what we're used to here on the Buckeye Racing Network. As they go by in a flash. Dubrava and Howe will be the front row. Here in heat number 2. Sean Fry, Justin Bannis will be the second row. All right, everybody. Tim's going to get us going to start heat number 2.
Oh yeah, Michael Dubrava is going to lead the rest of heat 2 through 3 and 4 as they're going to pace at a crawling speed. And they're going to fire away. It takes a moment for them to get going here as they roll down through 1 and 2. You got the Sean Fry, Sheen Fry? I don't know. The 49, he's looking to the inside to take over that second place position from Jamie Howell in the 007. John Deere, 51, of Justin Bannis, is rolling right behind him, almost into the wall. The 20, wicked sideways below him through 1 and 2. Dylan McLean is in the 5th place position, and you got a side-by-side battle for 6th and 7th. Brian Norris to the inside, David Bentley to the outside.
Already, just like that, Tim, we got 2 laps to go, and Michael Dubrava leads the way by over a second. They're still side-by-side for second, and now side-by-side will be for third as the white flag is in the air in heat race number 2. Dubrava has nothing to worry about. Going to roll the inside, use a little bit of a slider line on the exit of 4. He crosses the line, wins heat 2. Jamie Howell will be second. Third is going to go to Justin Bannis with a good move. 4th to Sean Fry. 5th to Dylan McLean. 6th is going to go to David Bentley. And 7th goes to Brian Norris in that 20 machine. Starting lineup for heat race number 3 here tonight is going to be Stephen Farrell and TJ Williams. Row 1. Row 2 is going to be Chris Farmer and Sean McLean. Row number 3 is going to be Josh Warner and Cody Zeroff. And row 4 is going to be Quinn McLean. Well, Tim, we got a lot of McLeans in the field tonight. I wonder if there's some relation there.
It's there's a lot of relation in our recent broadcast. We got father, son, we got brothers.
Absolutely. We've been having the families involved in these league events. Always cool to see that. Again, 6 laps the distance for our 3rd heat race here tonight. This is the first league event for the Half Decent Racing League Limited Late Model Division, as well as a little later on the Asphalt Super Late Model Division, their first race of the season as well in that division. Pace truck's going to peel off out of turn number 4. We head to the green flag. Waiting, all the cars fire. We're now underway to kick off our 3rd heat of the night. Farrell on the outside, Chris Farmer with a good move and a good run on the inside through 1 and 2. Car gets a little more sideways than he wants, loses some momentum. That allows TJ Williams to get a good run on exit as he's still going to try to look to the outside. In the 4th position is going to be Cody Zeroff, challenged to the inside with the 97 of Josh Warner. That battle simmers down just for a minute. Our top 3 is all single file, all using that outside line to the best of their ability. Stephen Farrell out to 0.8 of a second as there's already just 2 laps to go in Heat 3. 97 machine of Warner still trying to use the bottom to his advantage to catch up to the 54 of Zeroff. They put a little bit of a distance back to Sean McLean there in the 22. Back up front in the 129, Stephen Farrell. Going to continue to use the cushion through 3 and 4, and he's going to win Heat 3. Chris Farmer 2nd, 3rd. TJ Williams 4th, Cody Zeroff 5th to Josh Warner, 6th to Sean McLean, and 7th is going to go to Quinn McLean there in the 21 machine. Three heats done and dusted just like that. We are ready for our A main here tonight. 35 laps the distance. This is the way things will line up. Row number 1 is going to be Cliff Adams in the 98 and Michael Dubrava in the 15. Row 2 will be Stephen Farrell in the 129 and Michael Naylor in the 19. Row 3 is going to be Jamie Howell in the 007 and Chris Farmer in the 31. Row 4 is going to be Todd Rush in the 55 and Justin Bannis in the 51. Row number 5 is going to be TJ Williams in the 13 and Jesse Nord in the 28. Row number 6 is going to be Scene Fry and Cody Zeroff. Row number 7 in the 42 will be Matthew Hobbs and Dylan McLean in the 23. Row number 8 is going to be Josh Warner there in the 97 and Brent Thompson in the 45. Row 9 will be David Bentley in the 63 and Sean McLean in the 22. Row 10 is going to be Zachary Steele in the 33 and Brian Norris in the 20. Row 11 will be Quinn McLean in the 21 and Kyle Saha in the 11. All right, Tim, it's that time of the race. We are picking our drivers to watch. Who are you going to have your eye on?
Oh, gee, that's a good question here. I'm going to keep my eye on the outside pole, that 15 machine of Michael Dubrava.
All right, that is a great pick. I'm going to go a couple rows back. Here, I'm going to be keeping my eye on the 007 of Jamie Howell. That's my driver to watch tonight. Folks at home, let us know your drivers to watch as we are about to go green. Pace truck peels off. Out of turn 4. Green flag in the air. We're ready to rock and roll for 35 laps at the Lanier Speedway. Look at the 129 on the bottom. Stephen Farrell, Tim, using a great line through 1 and 2, takes the lead momentarily. The 98 of Cliff Adams is going to battle back on the outside.
We're 4 wide in the back. And one car up in the wall. I don't think that was the one that was initially in trouble as we got more to the inside wall. That would be Zachary Steele, Matthew Hobbs, and Sean McLean, who's trying to get down into pit road, does so just in the nick of time.
Wow. Yellow flag is waving for the first time. But it looked like Quinn McLean, I had just panned back there to him in the 21 machine, was stopped on the front straightaway with his nose pointed towards the infield. So we'll have to go back and take a peek at this and see exactly what happened. Let's go take a look at Quinn McLean, the 21, and decipher what all happened with him. As, like you said, there was cars slow down the back straightaway on the inside. You see Quinn working the inside. Car gets loose, He actually gets help from Soha in the 11, and he just brought the car to a stop right there to the entry to the infield as the gap in the wall there. Then there was another issue with Kyle Soha, I believe, as he exited turn 2 down the back straightaway. He just brought the car to a stop on the inside. Looks like towed into the work area. The number 11 machine did. So a little bit of chaos there at the start of our main event. Field catching up to the back of the pace truck here tonight. We had some 3 and 4 wide battles right there on the start. I don't expect anything different as the laps will continue to click away here tonight. All right, Tim, I see the lights out on the pace truck. That means we're going to be going back green this time. Dubrava, Adams, row 1. Row 2 is going to be Farrell and Howell. Pace truck is off. Dubrava smashes the gas. Green flag back in the air, and a great start for Dubrava as he leads the field through 1 and 2. Farrell working the inside, is going to retain the second spot for now, but Cliff Adams is going to look to use the bottom to his advantage through 3 and 4. Lets the car slide up on exit. Wasn't able to keep enough momentum to slide up in front of the 129 of Farrell. He's going to try again through 1 and 2. Now he's going to tuck up in line for just a brief moment. He's going to continue to work the inside there, Tim.
Yeah, he's certainly battling hard. I don't see the inside line being that strong of a line, in my opinion. You would think that you'd have to almost extend the track even further than what the rest of these guys are to make a pass, but they might be able to.
Yeah, absolutely. We pan back through the field a little bit. Justin Bannis took a peek to the inside of Michael Naylor for a brief moment. Now he's going to settle back in line on the outside. He's got the 55 of Todd Rush tucked up right behind him, and then the 20 machine of Dylan McLean, and then the 49 of Sheen Fry. That's going to round out the top 10. And single filed out for the most part up to this point.
Leaders going to catch lap traffic very shortly here.
Yep.
The caboose will be Matthew Hobbs, the 42. He's slow, possibly a broken machine.
He's going to stay low, so great heads-up driving from Hobbs to stay low of the leaders as they come roaring around the outside. Again, single file, but look here, Michael Naylor to the inside, the 55, that's Todd Rush up on the outside. Those two will be side by side. They got to be careful, the 49 of Sheen Fry's right there behind him. All the meanwhile, Justin Bannis in the 51's trying to scoot away from the battle. Oh, Naylor and Rush. There might have been contact on exit right there, Tim.
Yeah, possibly, but I don't. These.
Look at the 20 machine.
Yeah, he shoots it way down into 3. He's gonna try and
Yellow.
get a pass. We got a yellow.
Go back and see exactly what happened. And the 20 machine looked like he was missing a fender there for a brief moment. But we'll go back and see. I believe Josh Warner was caught up in an accident in the 97 machine.
Maybe something to do with the 45.
The 54 got really loose through 1 and 2, saved the car, and the 97 of Warner was to his outside. Warner made pretty heavy contact with the outside wall there and brought the car to a stop at the tops of turns 3 and 4. So that was the reason for the yellow flag to be displayed. So issues there for the 97 of Josh Warner.
Oh, there was a whole nother incident that happened. Well, 45 was slow going into one. He made contact out of four and just couldn't turn it off. The wall. 28 came by, kind of gave him a right rear slap. And that was about it.
Well, we're back to 2x2, Tim. You want to get us going for the restart?
Yep, we're going to have that 15 machine of Michael Dubrava. He fires away. He gets a good launch, about 2 car lengths or so, maybe more out of the exit. The 129 gets into the back of the 98 as Cliff Adams slid up the track. He was on the bottom. And he's all the way up to the wall again. Here we go. Same thing happened. Watch out, fellas.
Yellow displayed once again. Man, the 98 had a great run going. I wonder... Oh, it looks like that may have caused a secondary issue again, Tim. TJ Williams in the 98T machine. Let's see what happens to him. Oh, David Bentley actually come up the racetrack and ran right into him and pushed him into the outside wall exiting turn 4. Heavy contact for TJ Williams. There, it looks like the 20 machine just going to barely squeak by to the inside as well. Good job for everybody behind that to miss TJ to the inside. But David Bentley, TJ Williams get together, and TJ Williams pays the price with contact into the outside wall. And Cliff Adams just visited the pit area as well. He's rejoining the tail of the field. Currently Kyle Soha in the pit lane. Brent Thompson scored 4 laps down in the 21st position. Josh Warner, TJ Williams both in the pit lane for service as well. Sean McLean and Matthew Hobbs, 16th and 17th, scored 1 lap down. As we're getting ready for another restart, Dubrava again gets a good jump on the green flag. We're back underway. This time Jamie Howell in the 007 machine trying to use the inside. Couldn't quite slide up in front of the 129 of Farrell. Going to try the same thing again through 3 and 4. 3 wide behind the 55 of Rush. Clings off of, I believe that was Dylan McLean there. And gathers it back in and continues running in the 10th spot. Quick check back up front. Battle for second still raging on with Howell and Farrell. Howell down on the bottom in the 007. Farrell up on the outside in the 129.
Here comes that John Deere machine as we just had a slow car going to pit road, maybe a few of them, dodging possibly the leaders, getting out of the way. Here comes your pick, 007. He's all the way to the inside. He's going to not quite clear himself, but he's going to go right back down there.
Absolutely.
He's going to complete the pass.
Yeah, the 007 of Jamie Howell completes that pass. Stephen Farrell closes right back in. Yellow flag flies one more time, and one car is on its lid right there. Oh my goodness, we're going to have to go back and see what happened. I believe that's maybe Brian Norris. It is Brian Norris in the 20 machine. Let's see exactly what happened. Did he get some help? Norris makes contact with the outside wall down the front straightaway. Cliff Adams, carrying a ton of speed, makes contact with him and kind of boots him down the straightaway. Norris backs it into the concrete barrier, and then the car just turns over and comes to rest right there in a terrible spot, the entry to turn number 1 on the outside. So Brian Norris going for a ride in the 20 machine. If we can, we'll go back and take a quick peek at this in the cockpit view and see exactly what it was like to ride along with Norris in the 20 machine. You see him using the outside there through 3 and 4. There's the contact with the wall, help from behind, and up and over for the 20 of Brian Norris as we rode along with him. as we rejoin the field just in time for the restart. Dubrava gets the green flag. We have 13 laps to go, 22 complete. Farrell actually gets back the second spot from Jamie Howe. Howe's actually challenged to the inside by Chris Farmer there in the 31.
Oh my goodness. Chris Farmer walked up the track and he almost got into the
The 007 was pushed down the back straightaway and into the gap into the wall, and it looks like you can see the tire there on the right hand side of the screen, and Hal has no choice but to get a tow to the work area as he could not drive the car around to the pit area. Unfortunate for Jamie Howe, had a great run going. We're going to go back and dissect this just a little bit. See, Howell was running the outside. Justin Bannis just got a great run through 1 and 2 and actually got tucked up underneath the 007 and forced the 007 into the outside wall. You see he's still continuing to push him down the straightaway as they got 3 wide there, and Howell just heavy contact. There's the wheel popping off. So unfortunate there for Howell. As it looks like we have 13 cars remaining on the lead lap. Updated running order is going to be Michael Dubrava, Stephen Farrell, Justin Bannis, Chris Farmer, Sean Fry, Dylan McLean, Michael Naylor, Todd Rush, Zachary Steele, Jesse Nord, Cliff Adams, and Cody Zeroff are all drivers on the lead lap. TJ Williams, Quinn McLean, Matthew Hobbs, Sean McLean, Brian Norris, Brent Thompson, David Bentley, Josh Warner all scored laps down. Pace truck peels back off. We get the green flag for the restart. I tell you what, Tim, Chris Farmer's making some steady gains as he's going to continue using the inside here on the restart.
Yeah, he's making it work down there. I can't believe the limited late model that some of these guys are.
Whoa! There gets contact, and a 31 of Farmer goes around and spins to a stop on the inside of the back straightaway. I don't think there was any heavy damage there, but he got really close racing there with the car to his outside. We're going to take a peek of who that was on the outside. I think that was the 49 machine of Sean Fry. They made contact on exit to 31. This car got spun and was upset and just tapped the inside concrete barrier there on the back straightaway. Not heavy damage, and 31 will be able to continue and knocks the right front fender off after it came to rest. The Farmer will be able to continue. All right, since it looks like we're inside 10 laps to go, we will have a single file restart. Dubrava, Farrell, Bannis, Fry, the top 5. Dubrava fires back to green. And a great start, if I may say so myself, for Dubrava there. So he jumps out to 0.7 of a second once the green dropped. '51 machine of Justin Bannis has slowly moved his way forward now into a podium position. The 19 of Michael Naylor looks to the inside of the 49. As Sean Fry in the 49 gets spun around, and that's going to bring out the 7th caution flag of our feature here at the Lanier Speedway. We just saw it at the top end of the coverage there. Naylor was on the inside. Fry was on the outside. Fry actually gets help from behind from the 23 machine. Seen Fry gets help from Dylan McLean there. Spins him around. It looks like all the other drivers were able to work their way by, so the 49, no further damage, just a quick spin and continue on. Unfortunately, he's going to have to tag the rear of the field since he spun. Well, no, it looks like he's going to get a couple spots. No, he was just passing the lap machines there. He's in the 10th position. Scene Fry assumes the 10th spot. Dubrava blinks just a little bit. All right, Tim. 6 laps to go. You have the call.
All righty, we're going to have single file restart as Michael Dubrava gets a great launch again over the rest of the field. The 51 of Justin screams to the inside. He takes over the second place position over the 129 of Stephen Farrell. Justin is now looking to sail off into the sunset and catch that 15 machine of Michael Dubrava.
Absolutely. The top 3 all equally separated. Then it's Cliff Adams in the 98 who's had a fantastic recovery to get his machine back into the top 4 as Michael Naylor still battles him side by side. Naylor going to try to slide up on the exit. But the 98 of Adams was there as a yellow flag displayed once again. I believe this happened in the area of Zachary Steele there in the 33, so keep an eye on him. So we're going back to check the replay. Looks like he got into the outside wall, couldn't get the car turned off of it, and also hit the same spot there that the 007 did earlier and towed to the pit area. Was enough to bring out the yellow flag. All right, everybody, we have 5 laps to go. Near crunch time. Tense moments for these drivers. They want to pick up the first win of the season in the very first race of the season here in the Half Decent Racing League. Uh-oh, Dubrava blinking once again. Pace truck's going to peel off, though. We're back underway. Dubrava, Banis, Farrell, the top 3. Naylor still going to work the inside to try to get around Farrell in the 129 as the 51 had an issue. Coming out of 2, the 129 going to make a big move through 3 and 4. He's going to take back the 2nd spot, but Banis back to 3rd. Cliff Adams using that outside line, took the 4th spot for a moment, but the yellow flag.
Ryan Norris, he's got a torn up machine.
Yeah, we're going back to check the replay of Norris in the 20. Let's see what happened to him. He made contact with the outside wall, and I believe the right front was broken, and he lost steering. As you could see, the wheel was turned hard to the left, and the car would not go left at all. So maybe bring the car to a stop on the outside. Oh, yeah, he lost the whole right front wheel and just could not get into the pit area. Good call to throw the yellow. The leaders were right there behind him.
Michael Dubrava's got to be just thinking in his head, come on, fellas, let's just keep it green. I want to end this thing here and now.
Yeah, absolutely. These drivers are all itching for the win, but like you said, Dubrava's been up front the entire time and has had great restarts. He's got to navigate at least one more here before we close out the race and see that checkered flag. Uh-oh, another blink for Dubrava, but comes back. Hopefully his connection holds for the final few. Green flag back in the air. Dubrava, Farrell, Banis, the top three. Then it's Cliff Adams working the inside, trying to get around Banis in the 51. Still going to work the bottom. Does he have enough momentum to slide up? Not quite. White flag in the air for Dubrava. He has a half a second between himself and Farrell. The 98 of Adams nicely into the third spot, going to challenge Farrell for second, but out of turn number 4. Michael Dubrava is going to win at Lanier, and Cliff Adams with a great move through 3 and 4 takes the second spot. Fantastic recovery for him. Stephen Farrell is going to round out our top 3. And if these drivers become available, we will get to interview our top 3 here tonight, so stick around for that. We're also going to look at the final race results here tonight as well. Final results from Lanier. We talked about the top 3. 4th is going to go to Justin Banis. 5th to Michael Naylor. 6th is going to go to Todd Rush. 7th goes to Jesse Nord. 8th is going to go to Chris Farmer. 9th to Dylan McLean. 10th is going to go to Cody Zeroff. 11th to Sheen Fry. 12th to TJ Williams. 13th to Zachary Steele. 14th to Quinn McLean. 15th is going to go to Jamie Howe. 16th to Sean McLean. 17th to Matthew Hobbs. 18th to Brent Thompson. 19th is going to go to David Bentley. 20th to Brian Norris. 21st to Josh Warner. And 22nd to Kyle Saha. All right, folks. For this moment, we're going to step aside and take a quick commercial break. We'll be back to interview the top 3 after this.
You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. Want to thank our sponsors there, Premier Racing Setups and the Richard Murtaugh Racing Driving Academy. And again, folks, don't forget to use code Buckeye15 over at Premier Racing Setups for 15% off a setup pack. Try Premier Racing Setups today. All right, let's get our interview started. We're going to start things off hopefully with our 3rd place finisher, Stephen Farrell, if he is available, which unfortunately I do not see him at the moment. Hopefully he's available here soon. Who else we have? Cliff Adams. Let's see if we can find him available for an interview. I do see him. We're going to pull him in and talk to him. Hey, Cliff, it's Tyler and Tim up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
All right, man. Well, what a feature event for you. I know it was 35 laps, but it probably felt more like 50 to you as you got caught up in an accident, went to the back, and had to work your way back up and ended up bringing home a top 3, making it second, and getting second, coming out of turn 4 to the line. What an up and down feature for you.
Yeah, it was a lot of work having to get back up there. I found that the bottom was actually working pretty well if you were good with the throttle, and made some passes there. Went back to the top and kind of just stalled out, and went back to the bottom, made a couple more, and yeah, it was a lot of work, but hey, that was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, it was. It looked like it. Coming up through the field had to be a lot of great fun. Tim, you have anything?
Yeah, Cliff. how difficult is it to keep up the momentum, especially when you run the bottom? And then on top of that, you're trying to make a pass on someone. What was it like trying to keep that momentum up down there?
Yeah, when you change lanes, the grip is so different. You got to be prepared for that difference, and just trying to practice it and real easy with the throttle. But yeah, these cars, I don't run a lot in these cars, and it's a big blind spot on the right rear, and you're really dependent on your spotter. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Love racing these cars.
Yeah, Cliff, for sure. A fantastic night for you. Glad to hear you love racing these cars. Before we let you go tonight, who do you need to thank for the efforts?
I'd just like to thank the guys here that are putting the show on, doing everything behind the scenes, race control. You guys for putting on the broadcast. Really appreciate it. Good turnout for the first night.
Absolutely. Again, Cliff, congratulations on fighting back into that second place position. We'll let you celebrate it.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good.
You as well. All right, that was Cliff Adams in the 98. Now I do see the other two available for interviews. We'll pop back to our third place finisher, Stephen Farrell, and talk to him before our winner here tonight. Hey, Stephen, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Believe it or not, you finished right where you started there in the top three. Had a great, solid feature and battled right there all night long. I know there was, maybe a bit caution filled, but you had a great race car and were able to hang right there in the top three.
It was a pretty good race. I just tried to stay consistent and stay out of the wall because the cushion moved up quick. Justice kept beating me there on the restarts. I don't know if I would have had anything for him anyway.
Well, nonetheless, Stephen, you had a great run. Tim, you have anything for him?
Yeah, Steven. It looked extremely difficult to pass. What did you have to do to set up the car differently to make these passes?
Uh, just try to stay consistent, and like I said, just keep it out of the wall. Because I mean, if you make one tiny little mistake when the cushion's that high, it'll bite you. And like you said, the track was super single file, so if you lose your momentum once, then you probably get shuffled back. But luckily, I stayed out of the wall and just kept it smooth.
Yeah, you did a great job of that tonight, Stephen. Before we let you go, anybody you need to thank for the effort?
No, just thank Todd for putting the league together. It seems like a good group of guys to race and have fun with. The race controller did a good job, and thank you guys for streaming.
All right, we certainly appreciate the kind words and appreciate you getting a word in with us here tonight. Stephen, we'll let you celebrate your top three.
All right, good night, guys.
All right, without further ado, let's talk to our winner tonight. Hey, Michael, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hello?
Michael, you got a copy?
Yes, I do have a car.
All right, man. Starting the first race of this season and coming away with a win and led a ton of laps, had fantastic restarts all throughout the night. How does it feel to come away with a first win this year?
I'm really happy. I didn't think it was going to go that well. I just got really lucky on those restarts, and the wall didn't just try to. So.
Absolutely. You did a fantastic job here tonight. Tim, you have anything?
Yeah, what was you got to the lead well, I believe you started second, right? I
Yeah.
think. You had the high side. What was once you got to the lead, what was going on in your mind? Were you worried at all about the different lines that could possibly open up?
Yeah, I was hoping that top would just stay the whole time. I was hoping the bottom wouldn't come in because I'm not very good at the bottom there.
Well, Michael, you did a fantastic job on the top and came away with a checkered flag here tonight. Before we let you go, anybody you need to thank?
Not really, and just Todd for putting this league on.
All right, man. Well, we're not going to hold you too much longer, and we'll let you celebrate your big win.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, Tim. Michael left before I could drag him out, and I ended up dragging you out of here. All right, folks. That's going to do it for the first race of the evening with the Half Decent Racing League here at the Lanier National Speedway. Tim, what a first race for these limited late models.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the coming weeks how the rest of this pans out. A lot of these drivers, I know, can probably finish better than what they did, and they're going to look to bounce back next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the broadcast of the Half Decent Racing League's limited late model division. We certainly appreciate it. And welcome in if this was your first time watching the Buckeye Racing Network. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you know each and every time we go live. We're going to be live here in just about 20 or so minutes with the Half Decent Racing League's asphalt super late model division. We'll be right back here on the asphalt configuration of the Lanier Speedway, so stick around for that. And later on this weekend, on Sunday night, we got the League of Outlaws IMCA style modified division for, I believe, race 20 in this season in that series. And next Monday night, we've got the Regal Promotions Esports 360 sprint cars. And next Tuesday night, we got the Southern Racing Association's Pro Late Model Division. So a great crop of dirt racing here on the Buckeye Racing Network. And again, thanks everybody for tuning in here for tonight's broadcast of these limited late models. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. See you in a few minutes.